Libras, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is going to be for February 22nd through the 28th of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology, very different from mainstream astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to click the link for more information. All right, Libra, so this week we've got a full moon right on Monday, and this is in your 11th house of your ideals, of your wishes, your hopes, your dreams perhaps, and on a more mundane level, maybe groups or organizations or collective things, maybe friends. So the key with this is that roughly about 6 months ago, you had a new beginning involving these areas of life. And so now you're at the halfway point of the solar cycle in terms of a lot of these things coming to awareness, where you can do this sort of status check. And this insight's coming in terms of how is this area, and maybe what some of these ideals or dreams are, and maybe what you can give and share and contribute to groups or organizations larger than self. So it's great to reflect on that, but the full moon is about applying it, because the energies are high with this. And so seeing where you can cultivate these interests, because it's all in Leo for you, your 11th house. So it's about finding those interests and passions and cultivating them within whatever you might consider your ideal. So this is all going to be very much about balance, and it's going to be a very spiritual week. This full moon is going to be opposing up to Neptune, who has been transiting that 5th house of self-expression. So recently you've had the sun go in here. So lately you've probably had more energy or more prana to express yourself, maybe to tap into your creative side, maybe do some hobbies or interests, and really get that sort of creative energy moving, right? Or self-expressive energy moving. Now it's probably quite watery, as it has been for many years, like 7 years with Neptune here. So it's about accessing that true unique spark, right, on a spiritual level, having faith and trust and really surrendering to it, which then allows the creativity to come through, allows the self-expression to come through, right? So that's the balancing point with this, is really seeing that whatever these ideals are, whatever these organizations, whatever it might be for you here, it's that the world and the community needs you to really be your true self, your unique self, and to express yourself. And in terms of your ideals, your interests and passions are obviously directly related to that. So it's the balancing point. It's seeing that there really is no opposition here. They're one and the same thing, that your true passions in life are your ideals and the things that the world or community needs. So some things to reflect on with that, and it is, reflective because it's involving Neptune, but there's a lot of insight coming in this week. Here on Tuesday, we do have Jupiter opposing up to Chiron for the second time since early November. And so now this is the retrograde Jupiter part of this. There's going to be 3 total. So here with this is there's been a lot of, I think, reflection lately about maybe these ideals with Jupiter retrograde. Maybe it's more internalized. Maybe if you are part of a group or organization, or you connect with friends, you network, that kind of thing, it might be a bit more, internalized. You're kind of reevaluating that with Jupiter retrograde, which is great. So with that, though, there's some healing taking place, right? At least you probably noticed this from last week. This is going to be a high point on Tuesday. And so the more open you are to learning more about your ideals, your wishes, your groups, your perspective on community, these types of matters, the healing just naturally takes place. Chiron is a very intellectual, it's very much about study and learning. And so here it's learning more about your perspective on this area of life. And through that can be quite rejuvenating. And there is, again, the shift in insight, which usually does happen with a middle aspect like this, which then sets you off into a new direction with both of those areas here around Tuesday. Now, Wednesday and Thursday, Mercury is going to be sextiling up to Saturn. So on a minor note, there could be some good disciplined thinking and routine this week for all of us. Specifically for you, though, maybe with the home, family, and maybe your health, since you've had Mercury transiting into your 4th house lately. So with this, it's very practical. It's good to establish your roots. It's good to maybe take care of things around the home or whatever that might be that you might be thinking about or applying this week. And you can have that positive support from Saturn. Not to mention the fact that Venus is here, so you can actually enjoy those sentimental aspects of life as well. Now, Mercury does sextile up to Uranus here on Friday. So with this one, something new, something exciting, maybe around that home and family, maybe around the daily stuff. Uranus is in your 6th house, just helping you have more freedom in the everyday experiences of your life. Then as we go into the weekend, that sun will be conjoining up to Neptune. So this is, again, more of that insight, but this one's much less on the practical, mental side of it. This is really just feeling it. And this can really access the empathic nature for all of us, our concern and sensitivity for others. So for you, though, it's very much about expressing yourself, and maybe getting creative over the weekend, and then accessing that true unique spark in terms of how that is directly related and directly proportional to these things that are going to continue to culminate for you involving these groups or ideals in your life. All right, Libra, so have a great week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next week.